and I'm here today to talk about our group cruise headed on the Norwegian Jewel on November 20th, 2016. The first thing we all need to do is log on to ncl.com and make sure you have your account set up with your confirmation number, your email, and a password, and then you'll get to the vacation homepage, which looks like this. You will need to go click on online check-in, and you need to fill out all your personal information, especially your passport number, your expiration date of your passport, and where you were born. And make sure all your paperwork is filled out, and then you'll finish the online check-in and you'll get to download your e-documents. You will need to print those e-documents and also print your luggage tags before you get to the port. Once you've completed your online check-in, you can click on the Explore and Plan, and this is available to book at any time. You'll have the opportunity to book shore excursions, any type of spa and thermal suites, specialty dining, onboard credit, gifts, and many more. So if you'd like to plan anything, this is where you do it ahead of time on the left-hand corner. On November 20th, we're going to board the Norwegian Jewel, and you're going to want to make sure you print those e-docs and bring your luggage tags with you. Attach your luggage tags to your big suitcases and make sure you pack all the essential items you want with you to carry on your luggage, including swimsuits or electronics. You will head to the World Cruise Center port in San Pedro, California, and make sure you bring, make sure you have lots of time because the 405 does get crowded on Sundays. Parking will cost $17 daily, and you will pay for that on the way out on Friday, November 25th. Please arrive to the port between 11 a.m. and 2. I would recommend trying to get there more towards noon than 2. Ship sailing is at 4 p.m. and you must be checked in no later than 2 hours prior to scheduled sailing time. So 2 p.m. is the last time, it's the latest time you need to be there. When you check in at your port, make sure you have your boarding pass or your e-documents printed, your passports or your state certified birth certificate, and you also need your driver's license if you bring your birth certificate, and a credit card to pay for the incidentals on board the cruise. The cruise will be sold out since it's Thanksgiving week, so you need to make sure that you're patient. The earlier you get to the port, the better, because it will take time. Once you board, you are welcome to have lunch. There's several options that you can have on board. On deck 12, there's the Garden Cafe. Tassar's Palace is on deck 7 aft. Ocean's Bar and Grill is also on deck 8, which is midship. Once you board and have lunch, there will be a mandatory lifeboat drill probably before dinner time. This is mandatory, and I have heard rumors that if you do not attend the lifeboat drill, they can escort you off the ship. So make sure you go to the drill. You listen to the cruise line employees, because the quieter it is and the more they get done, the less time you'll have to be at the drill. There's a new policy on Norwegian Cruise Line that you're no longer able to bring water or soda allowed to bring on board. Wine is allowed, but there will be a corkage fee. So if you'd like to know what that corkage fee is, please let me know and I can give you those numbers. The Norwegian Jewel has been refurbished in 2014. It does have a lot of activities and events going on throughout the 5 days that we'll be there. There is a nice casino. At nighttime, there's shows every single night after dinner. There's also comedy acts normally every night. There's bingo. It costs extra, but it's fun. There's karaoke. There's lots of music. There's music dance parties on the deck by the pool. There's piano bar. There's a sports court. They do have lots of professional portraits available if you're interested in taking pictures with your family. There's pools, water slide. They have lots of art auctions. Every single night there's an art auction. So if you're interested in art, that's a good way to purchase art. You have to remember that Norwegian Jewel does not have reservations for dining except for Thanksgiving Day and especially dining. The rest of the time it's considered freestyle dining, and that means there's no set dining times and no seating assignments. You can dine on your own time and not on a schedule. I'll go over in a couple slides about the complimentary and the specialty dining options. If you do dine in the specialty dining restaurants, kids under 12 do dine free when ordering from the complimentary kids menu. And if you have any dietary restrictions, cruise lines will try to meet with those restrictions. Please let me know and I can follow up with the Norwegian Jewel group coordinator. These are the options that you have to dine on board. There's a Zura dining room. That is the less formal dining room. Tsar's Palace is the more formal dining room. On deck 12, they do have the Garden Cafe, which is a buffet. They also have a great outdoors, which is snacks. The barbecue and grill is on deck 12 also next to the buffet, and that offers hamburgers, hot dogs, brats, those type of grill options. Ocean's Bar and Grill is available for lunch and dinner and sometimes breakfast. They do have Chin Chin Asian, which is an Asian fusion restaurant. And remember that lemonade, coffee, tea, and water are all included. And it's water from the fountain, not bottled water. There's also specialty dining options, and those charges are per person, and they add 18% gratuity. There's Cagney Steakhouse, La Cucina, which is Italian, La Bistro, Moderno, which is a Brazilian cuisine, a sushi bar, which is a la carte, Teppanyaki, and the Carlos Bake Shop after the television show, and that offers sweet treats like cupcakes and cookies and cakes. Some tips for the dining on board the Jewel is there will be one formal night, but it's completely optional. Shorts are not permitted in the dining room, and neither are jeans. So you do need to wear nice pants and a polo shirt for the males, and dresses, nice pants, skirts for the dining room if you will like to go to the formal dining room for dinner. If you're interested in any specialty dining, I would recommend reserving as soon as possible. Also for Thanksgiving, there's 2 seatings available. I believe it's 5:30 and 7:30 on Thursday, and it is in Tsar's Palace. So if you'd like to make dinner reservations for Thanksgiving, now is the time to do it because it will be full. And if you want to eat at the formal dining room, then you need to make sure you have reservations. Because once we get on board, it will probably be completely full. Ocean's Pub and Grill, that's a great, they have great bar food. Some of the items that I've tried there are the wings, prime rib, and fajitas. That was on the Norwegian Escape. I can't tell you if they have the same menu, but probably most of the same items. I am hosting an Extra Mile Travel group dinner on the first day we're at sea, which is Monday, November 21st at Tsar's Palace. The time I will let you know. I need to contact the group coordinator on board the Jewel 30 days in advance. I would love everyone to come and meet up. And if you do come to the group dinner, I will have a little gift for everyone that comes that they can use, something useful that everyone can use in Cabo. If you're interested in teppanyaki, please ask me for more details because I've tried it on Norwegian Escape. It has great food and it was super fun. It's a lot like Benihana's. I don't know how many of you have been there, but our family likes it there and it's fun. If you'd like, you can bring a reusable cup. If you prefer to drink more at one time, a lot of the glasses that they have are small. So this kind of gives you to have more at a time. The room service, unfortunately, they have changed it and it is a $7.95 convenient charge. Now we're going to go into some just general tips on board. There will be a daily schedule of everything happening on board called the Freestyle Daily. Every day, the cabin steward will come into your room twice and make sure your cabin is tidy, and they will deliver at night the Freestyle Daily. So you can check what you want to do for the following day, what activities, what restaurants are available, what shows are available. So you know ahead of time what to expect. There are no self-laundries on board, but Norwegian provides a laundry service. If you're interested in the spa, I would highly recommend booking it now. And sometimes they do offer specials during port days. So when we're in Cabo, that might be a good day to go in the spa, but there's no guarantee that there'll be availability, especially since this is a busy time to cruise on Thanksgiving. It's going to be completely at capacity. So the spa might be full once we board. The gratuities will be added to your account, which will be then given automatically to the crew members. It is completely optional, but if your cabin steward did an exceptional job, you are more than happy to give him an additional tip, which is, you can give him cash on the last day of the cruise. You could just put it in your cabin. There is a Norwegian app that's available on Android and iPhone. And if you'd like to use it, I could tell you how it works. What you need to do is download the app on your phone or tablet before you get to the port. And then once you're on board the cruise ship, you change your phone to airplane mode, and then you find the internet connection to Norwegian. What you can do on the app is it offers the Freestyle Daily is on the app. The dining is on the app. There's also, you can schedule specialty dining. There's also a messenger part of the app, but that costs extra. The Norwegian app does drain your phone quite a bit. So I'm just giving you the heads up. You're more than welcome to use it, but it does drain your phone. I would highly recommend booking the shore excursions as soon as possible before they are sold out. Our family, our boys are going on the dolphin encounter excursion through Norwegian Jewel. So we booked it online, and they will be going on November 23rd, which is the Wednesday morning at 9:30 when we're in Cabo. The dolphin encounter is the excursion which you play with the dolphins. They give you kisses and hugs. It's not the dolphin excursion that you ride the dolphin. It's the less expensive excursion. The dolphin encounter is walkable from the ship. So if people want to go and watch and you don't want to pay, you're more than welcome, I think, to walk over there and watch without getting in with the dolphins. On Friday will be Debarkation, and I just wanted to give you some tips on what to expect. On Thursday, our cabin steward will deliver the customs declaration form, and you will need one per family, and you can combine allowances from everything that you purchased on board the Jewel and also in Cabo. You do have the option to carry off your own luggage on Friday, or have Norwegian porters carry off your bags. It's all up to you. If you do have Norwegian porters carry off your bags, you normally get off later on Friday morning. And if you carry off your own luggage, you leave earlier in the morning. On Thursday evening, the stewards will deliver colored baggage tags, and that basically determines what time you will get off the ship. You need to put the baggage tags on your bag and put your bags outside the cabin door generally by 10 p.m. Make sure you bring and pack a carry-on bag with all your toiletries, electronics, and clothes to wear off the ship. Once you're off the ship, you will go through U.S. Immigrations and Customs, and they will check your declaration form, and then you go into the baggage claim to claim your bags. I'm going to discuss some cruise packing since many of us have never cruised before, and there's just a couple items besides the normal items that you can bring that will help organize your cabin once you're on board. I would highly recommend bringing at least one plug power strip per cabin. There's only a few outlets normally in cabins, and most of us have a lot of electronics. So it's a good idea to bring at least one power strip so you can use them to plug in your electronics. You can find a plug power strip at the dollar store or at Target, Walmart, any of those types of places, and they're quite inexpensive. Cabins do not include night lights. So if you normally get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, or you might get up, you don't know why, but it's normally very dark. So a night light gives you some light to use. Again, you can find it at the dollar store or Target or Walmart. The Freestyle daily schedule will be delivered, like I said, every evening, and it can become overwhelming because there's a lot on it. So kind of to organize what you want to do and where you want to eat, I normally bring a highlighter, and that kind of goes over and organizes what our family wants to see and do on the ship. Insulated cup with straw, that is normally a good idea if you'd like to drink more lemonade or water or tea than they give you. Plastic clips, they have a lot of good uses inside your cabin for hanging towels or swimsuits, clothes. Formal attire is optional, but remember, if you'd like to eat in the dining room, shorts are not permitted. And if you do want to eat in the formal dining room, then the Downy Wrinkle Release is a great way to try to get your wrinkles out of your clothes. Many ships do not have a lot of irons or ironing boards, and they're not on every deck. So sometimes it can become a pain trying to find where the iron and ironing boards are. So this Downy Wrinkle Release really helps. It's a spray. They do come in travel size, and you can buy them at, again, like Target or Walmart. You just spray your clothes, and normally the wrinkles kind of just disappear. So it's a great item to have. There is a white hot party on one of the evenings on board the Norwegian Jewel. And what this is, it's a party on the pool deck, and everyone wears white for the evening. So if you'd like to participate, more than welcome to bring white. I would also recommend bringing a jacket or a sweater throughout the cruise, even a couple, because it can get really chilly on the higher decks, and it can get chilly in the dining rooms and at the shows at night. So it might be 80 degrees outside, but on the top decks, deck 12, it can become cold. So you don't want to freeze. So I would highly recommend, even though it might be hot outside, to bring a light jacket or sweater or sweatshirt. In our family, our youngest son has motion sickness, especially when we cruise. So I have researched and I have used all three of these products. So I wanted to give you heads up. I would recommend even buying one if you think you might be motion sickness, especially on a cruise ship, because you don't want the cruise ship to be ruined and you not have anything. I do think sometimes they have items in the gift shop, but they will probably be way more expensive than buying them on Amazon. So I'll discuss with you the products that I've used. All three of these products are all natural, and they've worked. All three of them have worked, and I have used some of them as well. Highlands is a great brand that's all natural. They make a lot of different medicines, but they do offer a motion sickness relief pill. It is chewable, and it is, I feel, less strong on your stomach than Dramamine. I would recommend, if you do buy this, then taking it the day on Sunday, the 20th of November, before we leave. And this will kind of settle your stomach before we board. You can buy all 3 of these items on Amazon. I did price these items last week, so it could be difference in price right now, but this is just approximation of the price. So it's a good deal. It's $5.29 for 50 count. Ginger in general is a good item to have to relieve nauseous. So they do make, C-Ban is a company, and they do make gum, ginger gum. And personally, I've used it, and my son has used it, and it's worked great. So if you think you'll have any type of motion sickness, I would recommend buying the gum. It's super easy to pack. It comes with 24 pieces. You just take one at a time and chew it. It's $6.35. Also, the company C-Ban makes these natural acupuncture wristbands that you put on your wrists the day you drive to the port. Before you board, you need to use these the whole time you cruise. They do make them for adult size and kid size. And all they do is you put them on your wrists the way they tell you to, and you just keep them on the whole time. And they can prevent you from having motion sickness. What are extras on board the Norwegian Jewel? There are various beverages, which we got the specialty dining. We got the beverage package, so everyone should be set on that. There are baked goods and sweets from Carlos's Bake Shop. That's extra. Use of the spa is extra. The Wi-Fi that the ship offers is extra. I would highly recommend not using it because it's not worth the money. They do have an internet cafe that they charge you by minutes. So that might be something you might be interested in, which is better than just the Wi-Fi. They do have tons of photographs and portraits. There's tons of shopping not tons, but there's a couple stores on board, and they do have shopping. They do have several times during the cruise. They do have flash sales on, normally they have it on watches and necklaces and earrings. There is medical services. The shore excursions are extra. They do have casino. They do have bingo games, and they also have deal or no deal game, which is extra. Arcade, babysitting services, and we always remember the gratuities are extra. Additional things to know, please make sure that, I would say like 2 weeks in advance of us departing, that you get together all the documents you need to cruise. So that's the passport card, your driver's license, and the birth certificate. And both documents, if you're going to use a birth certificate and your driver's license, need to have matching first and last names. If your last name on your driver's license does not match the last name on your birth certificate, you will need to also bring a bridging document, such as a marriage license, to show how you got from one last name to the next. Please figure this out way beforehand, and if you need any help or assistance, please contact me. I do not want us getting to the cruise and having problems or having you not be able to board, because they are strict with this. They do check everyone's name about a week in advance to make sure everything's legit. So I don't want them to have any issues with your documents. Just remember what the gratuities cover. They cover your dining room waiter, your bus person, your head waiter, and your maitre d', along with your cabin steward. And if you have any questions at all regarding our cruise, I'm super excited for everyone to come, and I'm excited for us to relax and have a good time. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call Tiffany at 619-251-0837. You can also email me at tiffany@extra-mile-travel.com. And about a month in advance of our cruise, I will be sending each cabin a packet in the mail. So please look for that. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to joining you on board November 20th.